and welcome to the news update on Enyimba TV. We are reaching you live from Abia, the commercial and industrial hub of Abia State, Nigeria. First, here are the top stories. The National Assembly seeks return to old national anthem. 4 years after the dethronement, former CBN Governor Sanusi reinstated as Emir of Kano. Residents lament the deplorable state of Cameroon Road in Abia. These and other stories, plus foreign, business and sports shortly. Thanks for joining us on the news update at this period. My name is Esther Chima. Vice President Kashim Shettima says the administration of President Bola Tinubu is targeting to increase the efficiency of tax collection in the country, as he reassures Nigerians that there is no plan to impose more taxes on the citizens. He spoke when he received a delegation from the Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria at the presidential villa. The vice president stressed the commitment of the president Bola Tinubu's administration to revamping the nation's tax system without overburdening Nigerians. In an interview with State House correspondents after the meeting, the president of the Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria, Samuel Agbeluyi, pledged to provide technical and professional advice to the government at all levels while calling for accountability and the prudent utilization of taxpayers' resources. Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Senator Henneken Lokobri, says Nigeria remains the leading oil and gas producer in Africa, ahead of the likes of Angola and other oil-producing countries on the continent. Mr. Lokobri, while giving an update on the achievements of his ministry, noted that in the past year, President Tinubu has created an enabling environment to boost the confidence of investors in the oil sector. The minister identified the issue of evacuation as one of the hindering factors in crude oil production, regretting the poor state of oil pipelines and the lack of investments in the sector in the past 12 years. Contrary to claims in several quarters, he said the federal government is no longer paying any form of subsidy on fuel. House of Representatives has resolved to meet with representatives of the Nigerian Labour Congress in a bid to avert the planned strike over minimum wage. Deputy Speaker Benjamin Kalu, who presided over plenary, assured Nigerians that the meeting with labour unions will help resolve the controversy surrounding the agitations over a new minimum wage for Nigerian workers. The House resolution followed the adoption of a motion on the matter of personal explanation moved by the member representing Eche-Omoma Federal Constituency of Rivers State, Kelechi Nwogu, during plenary. The lawmaker reminded his colleagues that the organized labor had announced it would embark on strike with effect from May 31st over a dispute with the federal government regarding the approval of a new minimum wage. The House of Representatives has passed a bill to revert to the old national anthem, Nigeria We Hail Thee. The bill was quickly passed through first, second and third reading within minutes. The lead debate for a return to the old anthem by the House leader, Professor Julius Ihofbre, pointed to the need for Nigerians to see the anthem as a national symbol and a sign of authority, one which does not deny the realities. The minority leader, Kingsley Chinda, however, opposed the bill, saying the old anthem has a colonial tag, which was the reason for the new anthem. At the Senate, the bill scaled through first and second reading. It has been referred to the Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters to report back to the House in 2 weeks. The senators, who appeared unanimous in support of the bill, argued that it would promote better symbol for unity, peace and prosperity compared to the current one. Exactly 1,545 days after he was deposed as the Emir of Kano, His Highness Muhammad Lamido Sanusi II has been reappointed as the 14th Emir of Kano. Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf of Kano State approved the reappointment of Muhammad Sanusi II after assenting the Kano State Emirates Council Amendment No. 2 Bill 2024 passed by the House of Assembly. The new law repealed immediate past Governor Abdullahi Ganduje's Kano Emirate Council Law 2019, Kano State Emir's Appointment and Deposition Amendment Law 2019, and Kano State Emirate Council Amendment Law 2023, which created 5 emirates in Kano and paved the way for the deposition of Sanusi. With the new development, Governor Yusuf gave the 5 former emirs 48 hours to vacate all official residencies and hand over former emirate properties to the deputy governor. Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara is alleging that some of the commissioners who angrily resigned from his cabinet last week left no record of their activities. Fubara made the allegation while swearing in 8 new commissioners screened and confirmed by the Rivers State House of Assembly to fill up the vacancies in his cabinet. He said upon the exit of the commissioners, some documents were sought but could not be found in their ministries. 5 of the pro-Wike commissioners who left Fubara's cabinet last week cited alleged toxic working environment. While swearing in a new set of commissioners, Fubara urged them to act differently from those who left. Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma is calling for constitutional roles to be assigned to traditional rulers to fight insecurity in the country. Uzodinma, who made a call in Abuja when he hosted traditional rulers from the south, said that monarchs have a primary role if the unity and political stability of the country must be achieved. Uzodinma, who is the chairman of Progressive Governors Forum, PGF, further said that community security vigilante arrangements started with traditional rulers, so we can't do without you. In his speech, the Oni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Enitan Ogunwusi Ojaja II, said that as traditional rulers of southern Nigeria, they have come together to ensure a secured region and the nation at large. Abia State Governor Dr. Alex Oti has revealed the willingness of one of Nigeria's leading financial institutions to partner with the state government in developing an airport project in the state. Governor Oti made this disclosure when the Federal Ministry of Aviation team visited Abia State to inspect a proposed site for a new airport planned for the state. The governor, who warmly received the Federal Aviation team, thanked President Bola Tinubu for approving the development of an airstrip for Abia. He said even though the national budget made provision for an airstrip, Abia State government would work with the federal government to upscale the airstrip to a full-fledged airport, as the major difference between an airport and airstrip is the length and size of the runway. Abia State chapter of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) is expressing their confidence in the unity and oneness of the party, describing the party as a formidable force that has learnt from her mistakes and is ready to contend for the leadership position of the state come the next general election. Addressing journalists during a press conference after the party met with stakeholders from the 17 local government areas of the state, the PDP State Publicity Secretary, Honorable Abraham Ama, disclosed that they had received a 50-man delegation from across the 17 local government areas who had come to tell the State Working Committee and the elders of the party that they are still committed to the well-being of the party. Honorable Abraham Amma noted that only one member of the PDP caucus has so far left the party, which is a clear indication that the PDP is still a very strong party in Abia State. 4 passengers have been confirmed dead as a Toyota Sienna bus collided with a tricycle along Aba-Ikotepmene Highway, Abia State. Eyewitnesses told Enyimba TV News that the bus was heading to Aba on top speed, while the tricycle, loaded with 4 passengers, including the driver, was said to be on its way to the one of the Abia State border communities with Akwa Ibom State. The eyewitnesses blamed the crash, which occurred at about 5:30 p.m. on the driver of the bus, who was on top speed without considering the nature of the highway. The Abia-Ikotepene Highway is still undergoing rehabilitation as some portions are yet to be completed. A youth group in the area, identified as Agalaba Patriotic Forum, was said to have, a few days ago, called on the construction company handling the road to make haste to correct some of the poorly rehabilitated areas of the road as it poses risk to motorists. It is no longer news that flooding and its attendant consequences are injurious to man. Flooding is among the most devastating natural disasters in the world, claiming more lives and causing more property damages than any other natural phenomenon. Residents of number 1 Cameroon and Ehi roads are lamenting as flood water resulting from substandard construction and error in drainage system is driving them from their homes. Enyimba TV News reports the urgent need for the government to find lasting solution to the issue of flooding in these areas as the rains intensifies. Here is the report. Residents of Cameroon Road and its adjoining Ehi Road have called on the state government to save them from being totally displaced, as many of them have abandoned their homes due to severe flooding. According to the residents, their problem started with the bad spots along Ezuku Road, which cuts across both Cameroon and Ehi roads. When the then government reconstructed the Ezuku Road, the contractor handling the road raised the road higher than the buildings in the area, making the buildings look like underground structures. Chukwu Christian, a resident, regretted how bad the situation has gotten.
When I came in here, this road was not motorable. It's just unfortunate that the Ezuku road was too bad then. For decades, it has not been okay. But when the government started working on it, the construction company that worked on it, they did a good job. After their job, here has to go down because they built the main road on top. They just built it higher.
Audio Kechukwu James lamented the error of the contractor in blocking the tunnels and drainages built for easy flow of water, while he counted his losses as a result of flood water entering his house and shop.
Number 5 Cameroon Road. My office in Mono. So I never water maybe. Ọkwa obere ihe mere ụza na Ehi Road ebe a na junction Ehi Road bụ ihe mebiri inu past gọọmenti ahapụ ya ebe a adị otu ahụ dị. So ha bịa ịrụ ya na ha bịara ịrụ ya, ha bịa bulie ya elu, mmiri na-abazi n'ụlọ ndị mmadụ, ma ọfịs mmiri bacha n'ime ọfịs mebichara anyị akwa mere anyị ji kwụọ ụgwọ thousands of naira. Now ihe ebe a na ihe Cameroon Road mere ọhịa ha rụrụ ebe a, ha bịara were gọta block all the drainage. The tunnel this 4 corners of the road, tunnel, they got a block.
Mr. James referred to the impassable number 1 Cameroon Road as Odomini Besaida due to its state of abandonment, with bushes growing and the once beautiful spot reduced to dump site. He also said that they have been suffering the untold hardship brought upon them by the error in the reconstruction for about 4 years, but said their hopes came alive 2 months ago when the Commissioner for Works, Engineer Dom Otumchere, visited the area but wondered why nothing is forthcoming from the government. Many families have sought shelter elsewhere to protect themselves, while those who cannot afford to leave have to flee to elevated places whenever it rains. Uchenna, a mechanic who has done business in that area for more than 20 years, described the road that was reconstructed as a flyover and not a road. He noted that in the course of this predicament, 2 lives have been lost, a girl of about 13 years and an aged man who died in his sleep. They called on the government of Dr. Alex Oti to come to their aid without further delay to prevent any further loss. The current state of number 1 Cameroon and Ehi roads requires urgent attention to enhance safety, accessibility, and economic productivity through comprehensive road reconstruction, improved drainage systems, effective erosion control, better traffic management, and active community and government participation. The road can be significantly improved, benefiting the entire Abia community. Esther Chema reporting. Still in Abia, we bring you this next report on the menace of touts who harass and extort money from keke operators in the city of Abia. On several occasions, keke operators have been lamenting the issue of extortion and harassment they face daily from a group of people who, according to them, claim to be government officials. Our correspondent, Confidence Paul, filed in this report on a peaceful protest by some keke operators at the premises of Enyimba TV and Radio Limited. Her report. A group of keke operators flying from Abia Junction to Park stormed the premises of Enyimba TV and Radio Limited on a peaceful protest, lamenting how some hoodlums have been bullying, extorting, and harassing them. Mr. Oji, who is also a keke rider, mentioned that similar issues have been faced by other tricycle operators in Abia, but those operating from Abia to Park opted a lawful approach by bringing their concern to Enyimba TV and Radio Limited.
Last year, the governor stopped Aboru from working, from operating. So since that very time, there are some group of boys, they have been walking around the vicinity within the environment, stealing things from men, doing all manner of evil within the Abia Junction area, which we know that our security agents have been picking some of them. So ever since that time, they have been looking for means to come in. So right now, as of last week, they started showing face by telling tricycle operators, which is keke, that we have a place to park. We have a limit, while some buses are parking where they ask us not to go to. So they said that they are being sent by the government. While they don't have uniform, there is no ID card. We know them very well. The same boys, all these counties and all the this thing have been collecting money from us. Finally, they came out today and they stopped us from operating, fighting many of us, pouring water on us. Even the last one that happened is that they dragged one old woman, one elderly woman, out from the keke that she was sitting, dragged her down and wounded the woman.
Some of them are with knife, some of them are with gun in their bags. And when you threaten or try to fight them, they will wait for you at the road and injure you or do you something that will not be okay with you. Now, yesterday, on Tuesday, they just came out. When you just park to pick up a passenger, they will stone water at you. They will do this, they will do that. They will, when you come out to say, why do you stone water now? They will just start beating you.
Efforts made to reach the special advisor to the governor of Abia State on internally generated revenue, Chimereze Isaac Okibo, proved abortive. It is imperative for the government of Abia State and other concerned stakeholders to look into the matter of constant harassment of keke operators who are trying to make ends meet for themselves and their families before the issue gets out of hand. Confidence Paul reporting. Thank you so much, Confidence, for that beautiful report. You're watching Enyimba TV News. After the short break, the news continues with foreign, business and sports updates. Please stay tuned. We will be right back. Welcome back and thanks for staying tuned. Now the news continues. Chad's president-elect Mohamed Idris Deby was sworn in yesterday at a ceremony in the capital, N'Djamena, attended by several leaders from the region. Deby's inauguration came a week after the Constitutional Council confirmed he had won the disputed 6 May election outright with 61% of the vote. He seized power 3 years ago after the death of his father, Idris Deby, who had ruled Chad with an iron fist for 3 decades. A career soldier, Debbie Jr. had promised to hold elections within 18 months, but his government postponed the poll and allowed him to run for president. Opposition leader Success Masra, a staunch opponent of the junta, won an 18.5% share of the vote. He unsuccessfully challenged the result of the election, which international NGOs described as neither credible nor free. And now from the business scene, a National Bureau of Statistics (NBS) survey report showed that the socio-economic problems in the country might push 51.6% males to migrate. According to the survey report, the tendency to migrate is less in females than in male, as the former has a 48.6% prevalence to migrate. Socio-economic problems continue to be the dominant reason for embarking on migration and even in the choices of routes. The survey revealed that out of 25 intending countries, Canada is the most preferred destination for intending migrants with 19.5%, closely followed by Saudi Arabia with 17.2%. The NBS study recommended wealth creation for job opportunities, continuous sensitization on inherent danger of migration among youth across borders, as well as social investment and improvement of security through appropriate funding and effective administration of security agencies as antidotes to migration menace in Nigeria. And now from the sports desk, Finidi George says if players of the Super Eagles can give 100%, they wouldn't have a problem beating South Africa. Finidi's first official game for the Eagles will be against South Africa's Bafana Bafana in Uyo. The Eagles hope to get their campaign back on track following disappointing draws against Lesotho and Zimbabwe. Speaking during his media parley in Lagos, Finidi stated that with the form Eagles players are in, victory is certain. After 2 games, the Eagles occupy Group C on 2 points, while South Africa are second on 3 points. The sports story brings us to the end of the news at this period. But before we go, here is a recap of the top stories. National Assembly is seeking a return to the old national anthem, Nigeria, We Heard Thee. Exactly 1,545 days after he was deposed as the Emir of Kano, His Highness Muhammadu Lamido Sanusi II has been reappointed as the 14th Emir of Kano. Abia residents along Cameroon Road have lamented the deplorable state of the road, calling on the state government to urgently come to their aid. That's a package of the news for now. Please join us for more updates in our subsequent bulletins. Meanwhile, don't forget to subscribe to this channel on YouTube and click on the notification bell to receive alerts when new videos are uploaded. Thanks for watching. On behalf of the production crew, my name is Esther Chima, saying thank you for watching. Bye for now.